What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. In this video, I'm going to show you how to stop overspend inside your Facebook ads CBO campaigns. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's dive right in. As we all know, we know that Facebook can be very volatile at times, especially when it comes to CBO campaigns, campaign budget optimization. And the only way that CBO works really well is if you have a really good offer that matches a passionate audience. If you have an okay offer with an okay audience, you're still gonna get results, but your results are not gonna be as consistent. So there's two ways that you can control this, whether it's one of those weeks where Facebook is being volatile, or your offer doesn't match that audience perfectly, or simply you just wanna tweak your campaigns. So the first option that I'm gonna show you is what I like to call my Ruthless Rules, where it's based specifically on numbers. You use it as a last resort type of deal to control the cost. And then the other way that I'm going to show you is how do I use minimum and maximum ad spend for the ad sets. So I'm going to show you this example that I have here, and this is a campaign that has been running forever. As you can see, it's spent already $9,000. And usually this account runs very, very smooth. This is one of those accounts that it has such a good offer and such a good audience that I can let it run forever on its own. However, this week results have dropped massively. So let me show you something. This is the last 7 days. So I'm going to do a comparison here to the last 7 days. I'm going to update. And let me show you something. Look at the ROAS right here. My ROAS has gone down by 20% this past week. Okay, and let's look at our CPA. My cost per acquisition, where'd it go? Cost per result, let me expand on this. My cost per acquisition has gone dramatically up, 30%. And as you can see, the ad sets are off. And the ad sets, I turned them off today because I went ahead and started implementing Ruthless Rules to do some emergency control in this case. So let me show you what I did. When results change as drastic as this in a matter of few days, that means Facebook's doing some type of updates on the back end and it's affecting your results. So this is when I go to rules and I bring out my stack. Okay, so let me go over the stack with you. So the first rule, these are gonna be both at the ad set level and at the ad level. The reason for that is because these rules, the way Facebook has them set up is they run every 30 minutes. So if the ad set level rule doesn't catch it when you want it, then we use our ad rule as a backup to catch it. So we're preventing that 30-minute window by bringing it down by like 15 minutes or 5 minutes, depending when you set them up. Okay, so let me go over the exact rules and how you set them up. So rule number 1 is going to be kill if spent. So this rule right here means I want you to kill my ad set if you have spent whatever my CPA, my cost per acquisition is. In this case, I want it to be 13. And even though my CPA can be as high as 16, I set it at 13 because if you're spending higher budgets like $500, $1,000, Facebook tends to spend a lot faster. So I bring it down just a tad so it catches the ad set before it overspends, if that makes any sense. So the rule is kill if spent at $13, in this case, $13. So if you have spent $13 and there's less than one purchase on that ad set, I want you to run continuously throughout the day, today, and I want you to kill it if it goes over that number. And usually I put the notification on Facebook. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is going to be my kill if CPA. So this is kill based on the cost per acquisition. So let's say if I want my cost per acquisition to be maximum, again, 16, I set it at 13 because this is a $500 budget and it spends a little bit faster. But I set it at 13 and I say, hey man, if it goes over 13 or if it's about to, make sure you turn off those ad sets. It says ads here because it's the ad one, but they're both the same. So yeah, don't let that confuse you. So cost per purchase under 13, over 13, you kill, and you run that all day long today. And notification on Facebook. Okay, so that's my cost per purchase campaign. Now, sometimes what happens is we have delay attribution, right? What is delay attribution? Delay attribution means that you might get a sale, but Facebook doesn't get the data for a few hours or even can be days now with iOS 14. So I have another rule called attribution. As you guys can see here, you have the ad set level and the ad level. And when I'm done going through them, I'll show you how to set them up at the ad set level and the ad level. So this one is called attribution. And attribution, I always set it at 1 penny under what I want my CPA to be. So if a sell comes under that, I tell Facebook, hey man, turn on my ad sets if that cost per purchase is under X, in this case, $12.99. Today, account default for the attribution window, and then continuously throughout the day. Okay, so there's your attribution. Okay, so this is gonna save any ad set that was turned off or add if a sale comes in later, and then it's gonna turn it on automatically for you. And then what happens when you have these rules, Facebook is gonna kill the non-performing ad sets throughout the day. So there's one more rule that you have to implement, and that's our turn ad sets and turn ads back on. And all this is, hey, you're telling Facebook, hey man, do me a favor. If that ad set, that specific ad set spent a penny yesterday, right? Make sure that at 12 a.m. daily of where my account is situated, and this particular account is Eastern time, make sure you turn all those ad sets on, and then everything starts back over again. So now we're giving Facebook specific rules that, hey man, we're not playing around. These are the numbers I want. If you can't get me those numbers, I need you to take control of this and turn things off for me, because I'm not here to spend money and waste my money. So this is what I call my ruthless stack. In order to apply those, if you want to apply them at the ad set level, you will select your ad sets, you will click rules, create new rule, and this is where you create them. Or if you already created them, you should know this, you just click apply existing rule, right? And it would just apply the rules, okay? So this is where you do it. So I did this because it's very volatile. Again, this is very all over the place. But let's say you have your typical CBO where the spend is pretty even throughout every ad set and you're still getting sales, but your CPA is just a little higher than you want it to be. Or maybe Facebook is sending all the spend to a specific audience and not getting results, when all of a sudden, you might have a specific ad set that's getting less spend, but better results as far as your cost per purchase. So how do we control that? Well, first of all, the one thing you gotta do is you gotta read your data. And, I look at my CTR, I look at my CPC, I look at my ROAS, and based on that, I'm gonna make decisions, right? So I gotta bring this account back to life. Let's say these are running, and for example, this one is 1613, but it's only allocating 290, right? So perfect example here. So this one spent 290 on this ad set, specific ad set that has the lowest cost per purchase. And then we have the one, it's not the highest cost per purchase, but it's pretty high up there, but it's still very on point if you really think about it. It's in there, it's getting you results. But you want to tell Facebook, hey man, like the bowling alley when they put the guardrails or whatever, you want to say, hey man, I need you to send the spend to the one that's giving me the best cost per purchase, which is here. But you don't want to use drastic rules because it's getting you results and you don't want to put a hard stop to it in the middle of the day. And before anyone asks in the comments, because I know you guys love to ask that, and while you're doing that, smash the like button, subscribe, is that if you stop an ad set in the middle of the day, you're not going to lose optimization. Facebook has set themselves that each ad set contains it's optimized for 7 days. So you can turn off an ad set for 6 days, turn it back on, and you're good to go. You don't have to worry about that, okay? So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is, hey, I want more spend going to my $16 one right here. I will click edit, and it's gonna bring up an ad set right here. And then we're gonna go here, and under languages, show more options. And you guys are gonna click here. And where did it go? Oh, sorry. Show more options. The other one. Sorry, I went to the other one. You're gonna click edit, and then there's a little box in here that says ad set spend limits. You're gonna click on that, So now I have an option to give it a daily minimum and a daily maximum. So in this particular case, it's a $500 CBO, or campaign budget optimization campaign. I want to say, hey man, I want you to give it at least $150 over that ad spend. I want you to spend at least $150, right? And I will click publish, all right? And I won't set a maximum because I want it to keep going if it's getting results, right? So that's what I will do here, right? And you can set a maximum if you want, but I personally don't do it. So let's say there's the other one that has the highest cost per purchase, and I want to control that. I will click edit. And once again, I'm going to look for my more options, and I'm going to click edit, ad set spend limits, and then I will cap this one. I will say, hey, this one, I don't want you to spend more than, let's say, $100. And boom, that's what I will set my daily maximum, okay? That way I know that Facebook is not going to spend more than $100 in that ad set. And I'm telling you, I know you guys seen it where Facebook just sends all the spend to one single particular ad set that's not getting results, okay? That way you're not giving that hard stop. Because if you have a campaign that's bringing you results and it's pretty steady, I wouldn't recommend doing the hard stop. So when do we use which? If you're very volatile, like it's been this week for Facebook, where it's like costs just went through the roof, I want a hard stop, no remorse, kill on sight based on numbers. And then I'll tweak that CPA down and down farther until I bring my losses down as much as I can. If it's just a little bit of a change, 5%, let's say, then I will put my guardrails on using ad spend limits based on minimum and based on maximum. Guys, if you like that video, make sure to check out the links in the description below. Help support the channel. And if you want to keep learning about Facebook ads and digital marketing in general, make sure to check out one of the videos right above me. And I will see you guys in the next video.